time for yet another speed reviews. For today's video, we have 23 products that I am going to give you my final thoughts on before sending these products into my general population of products. If you're new to my channel, my speed reviews series is the one I take the most pride in, because on my channel, if you see me try a product for the first time, you will hear back about it after I've tested it in multiple ways, with multiple wear tests, with multiple products, with multiple applications, and I'm here to give you my final thoughts. Some products stay in the drawer for months. Some products get thrown into a speed reviews pretty quickly. It just depends on my confidence in the product and feeling comfortable enough giving you guys a final review. So for today, I have 23 products that I just pulled out. So we're gonna get started from complexion and then work our way to finish off with lips. So first product that I have is one of those super TikTok viral products. This is from Kopari. It's the Sun Glaze Sheer Setting Mist. Now this is so cool. I didn't use it as a setting mist because it will ruin my makeup, but this is beautiful on its own to give a really dewy, wet look to the skin while also giving SPF. It does feel lightly oily, like it's a lightweight oil, it's not a heavy oil, but I'm not putting my makeup over top or underneath of this because it will cause it to swim. So this is good for very natural days. So I will put this over top of my makeup if I'm doing like a really minimal look, but for the most part, I do find that my makeup will either swim, slide, or go away when I wear this. But on its own, it's also beautiful all over the chest. It really does give a wet, juicy, glassy look to the skin. So it does exactly what you're seeing in these videos. I just don't recommend pairing it with makeup. I have a couple primers. The first one is from Milani. This is the Conceal and Perfect Blur Out Smoothing Primer. By the way, curling iron burn. It's looking a little better today, but it looks like something else, I know. Anyways, I am not an expert when it comes to blurring primer, so do take my review with a grain of salt, but I actually do feel like this works. I feel like I do see instant results. Now, when it comes to blur primers, I see instant results, but when I put foundations over top, I do find it harder to tell if it actually did something for my pores, but this is one where I really feel like I see the instant results, and I think it helps. I really do, and that seems to be the general consensus across the board with everybody who's tried this. So I do think it works, but I am not a blurring primer expert. A product that I really love from the drugstore that launched is the Revolution Beauty Bright Light Face Glow. Let me tell you, Makeup Revolution has really stepped up their game. This is lightweight, it's hydrating, it's not metallic, it's a little bit more of a natural finish compared to the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter, but this is a phenomenal alternative. This is better than a lot of the other dupes that brands have come out with trying to replicate the Charlotte Tilbury, and this is not, you know, a dupe I would say, but it gives that general effect, and it's really nice quality. So I mean, over the last year, Makeup Revolution has improved so much in their launches. We're just getting better quality product from them, and that's how I feel about this. I use the shade Light. I think it's beautiful all over the skin underneath a sheer foundation. Two foundations, they're both sticks. I most recently covered these in my most recent foundation rankings video, but they haven't been put in a speed review. So first we have the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Tinted Foundation Balm. I don't love this. It's not offensive by any means, but it does kind of sit on top of the skin. It's a balmy consistency, but it really finds its way into dry patches and sticks to the hairs on the face. It's just one of those products where it sits a little bit more on top of the skin. It's definitely not the worst product I've used on the skin. My skin looks fine when I wear this. It's just that there's so many better alternatives. This is a affordable foundation stick, but don't buy that because this also came out at the same time and it's 100 times better. So that's where I'm like, the ColourPop wasn't bad, but this is just better. And for reference, I do have dry skin. Didn't have an issue with wear time on ColourPop, but this is just better all around from Milani. It's the Conceal and Perfect Blur Out Stick. I use the shade 07 Light Medium. I love the soft matte finish that it has, but it's not drying. And when you put it side by side, you can truly just see how this sets into the skin versus the ColourPop sitting on top of the skin. And this paired with their Blur Out Smoothing Primer, the skin looks so smooth. I think this is just a nice option for what's available right now because it's not glowy, and I don't think glowy is always better for every aspect of the face. Pair this with a glowy base, pair this with a glowy setting spray, some highlighter, and it doesn't matter. This soft matte finish is going to blur the skin, and it's beautiful. It's one of my favorite favorite foundation launches. You should definitely check out that rankings videos, but can't even tell it's from the drugstore. It's so, so good. I notice like multicolor sticks are coming in, like big fat crayon style products. I know Makeup Forever, I have to try their new one, but I have some from the drugstore that I'm putting in front of me right now. So the first one I'll talk about are the Maybelline, oh my gosh, the Maybelline lifter sticks. So I have these in like skin tone colors. For reference, I have 10, 20, and 65 being the darkest. So today I used 10 to lighten the under eyes because my concealer was a little bit dark, and then underneath here, and then I also used 65. It's a really good bronzer shade. These are super duper nice, very high quality. They last a decent amount of time, and I really love these for sculpting, shading, adding some brightness to the face to kind of correct where I just need little touch-ups. Like if I needed to clean up my bronzer, I'll use shade 20 underneath here. Like I said, my concealer was too dark. I used shade 10 to brighten things up. Now, the formula of this, like it's not as smooth as a regular concealer would be, but it's perfect for mixing in with other cream products, or even I just use 65 as bronzer and it blends out so easily. I think that these are awesome. Drugstore price, you could have fooled me with these. Very high quality product and just a good versatile do it all. Add where you want to add color, take away some darkness, add some darkness. You can do it with that. Really versatile. Great, great, great for makeup artists, I have to say. The only thing is it doesn't have the smoothest finish on the skin, but depending on what you pair it with, you can get through it. And then CoverGirl launched a bunch of different, these are called the True Blend Skin Enhancers. So they have like bronzer, blushes, highlight. I'm counting these 3 categories as 3 different products. That's how we got to our final number here. But I will start off with the Contour Balm. Now this is a little bit more matte if we're comparing it to the Maybelline. Now in particular, I want to talk about the shade Defined because this is the only contour shade that I opted to keep for myself. And I thought this would be too gray, but it actually is really great at mimicking very natural shadows. I tend to lean a little bit more brown when it comes to contouring, but honestly, this really mimics a nice shadow, and I've had a lot of fun with this for nose contour, for underneath my lips. So really, really good true contour and very nice formula. Even in the blush range, what do I have? Sweet Violet, Bubblegum Pop, Nude Flush, and Radiant Peach are the colors that I own. I have it on this cheek. They're not too pigmented. They sheer out really beautifully. Medium wear time, you know, not the longest lasting, but if you set it with a matching powder, you're going to get good wear time with it. More of a matte-ish kind of finish. Really malleable. Really enjoyed this and the colors that they have. The drugstore is just stepping up their game, I feel like. At least this round of speed reviews, all of the drugstore products really are killing it. I have a lot of really great affordable options here. Then they also have the Pearl Highlight Balms. These are okay. I would say I'm just not a cream highlight person. You guys know this. So it's not my cup of tea. And I didn't have the worst experience with this. I also didn't have the best experience. It's not knocking my socks off. There are very few cream highlighters that will do it, but they do exist. I'm always on the hunt for one. Not it. Just an average product. Not going to reach for these too often. They're just not as smooth looking on the skin as I would like them to be. Like you can tell it's like an ill-fitting cream highlight that just doesn't melt into the skin quite as much as some others. I have 3 shades from ColourPop in their Weightless Liquid Blush formula. These are really, really nice. The shades that I have, Angel Face, Thanks, and then Super Shy. I believe I'm wearing Super Shy on this cheek. These sheer out very nicely. They look a little bit more wet on the cheek, comparing them to the Rare Beauty, which is what they were going for, but it's a complete different formula. Rare Beauty is a little thicker, a lot more pigmented. These are a little shinier, a little bit thinner in pigmentation, a little bit more watery, but really beautiful nonetheless. I think the Rare Beauty also lasts longer, but again, the price point, there's a difference. This is on the more affordable side, and I think it's a really nice product for being more on the affordable side. Are there better liquid blushes out there? Yes, but are there worse out there as well? Yes. And can you still get the job done with these? Absolutely. I think they're very, very pretty, very easy to apply. And then the last blush product that I have is from Catrice. I don't know why these have been in my drawer for a long time. I think I've just wanted to hold on to them because I like them so much. It's the Catrice Blush Affair cream and powder palettes. So you get one cream blush and one powder blush. Now the cream blush might take a little bit of warming up with your finger if it's been sitting in your drawer for a while, but honestly it warms up really easily, so don't worry about that too much. Great level of pigmentation, very easy to work out, and the powders are a bit pigmented if you ask me to pair with the cream, which obviously is the intention, but just be aware to use a very, very light hand. But the powder is very, very creamy, but again, a really, really great affordable option that is available right now. I think these are stunning and the price is amazing. I have Peach Passion, I have Stunning Strawberry, I have Absolute Apricot, and I have Pleasing Pink. And I know I didn't get the chance to demo these for you today, but they really are beautiful. They have more of a flat finish as well, even the cream blushes in this. Lots of powders. If you want the full demos on all of these, make sure you check out my most recent powder rankings. So I'm gonna shoot through these really quickly since I did just recently cover these in a video. Catrice Under Eye Brightening Powder, it's okay. It gets the job done. It's a little bit small. You do pay less for it, but it is formulated for the under eyes, but it's tempting to use this in other places besides just the under eyes. It's a decent powder, especially from the drugstore. However, there are more smoothing powders that exist. So it's like once this does get put in my main population of products, I don't know how often I'm going to reach for it when I just know I have better options. Like, for example, L'Oreal killed it with their Infallible Blurfection Blurring and Brightening Loose Setting Powder. This is so blurring, so fine, so lightweight. Officially one of my all-time favorite drugstore setting powders. So they really did their thing with this. Just be careful, these do oxidize slightly. I can get away with 20 translucent light, it's just fine. But I do find that sometimes with this light pink, it does darken a little bit more than I would prefer. But other than that, lightweight and blurring, and I have no complaints. This has been interesting. I've been on a bit of a journey with the e.l.f. Halo Glow Powder Filter. Now I have the shade Fair Neutral Cool. So this is a true powder that has a little bit of a sheen to it, but not just a little bit, I guess. It has a good sheen to it. So you can use this all over the face, but it has a sheen. So in some cases, it's not very flattering depending on what you're looking for. I've actually found the sheen on this is so pretty as almost like a highlighter if I use a more dense brush and place it in specific pinpointed areas on my face. I do truly love the glow that this gives. This is such a unique powder, so I think it's insane that e.l.f. has this because I don't have another powder like this. So I use this for really natural glow in specific areas on my face. I don't love it all over, though depending on what products you compare it with, it can be interesting. It really can, but it's just not something for the everyday all over my face, but I enjoy adding some really subtle bits of sheen on my face with it. Then Bare Minerals also has their Bare Pro Skin Perfecting Powder Foundation. This gives little to no coverage. I really wouldn't consider this a foundation. I do find that when I put it all over the skin, one, the coverage is so light, two, it's not very creamy. I know Bare Minerals has had creamier powders out there for all over the face, so it's a little bit dry. Of course, it does give a little bit of coverage, so mostly what I've been using it for is almost like the powder version of how I use the Maybelline. I just use this light shade Fair Neutral, and I'll use that to brighten in places that need brighten. If I choose to do that in a powder format. I don't really love it. I don't really need it. I don't really recommend it. It's just not Bare Minerals' best. So, yeah. And then the final complexion product that I have is from Ulta Beauty Collection. This is the Dewy Glaze Setting Spray. Let me tell you, I am loving this setting spray. I think it's gorgeous. I do really feel like it transforms my makeup to be a little bit more dewy. It presses the powder in. This is a product that I got in my hotel room from Ulta Beauty when I went to Ulta Beauty World. And I'm so happy that they added this in my hotel room because I ended up falling in love with this. So I actually had forgotten to bring a setting spray, and they had this out on the counter, and I'm not even sure I would have kept this for myself had I not ended up using it. So it worked out perfectly because I found a new favorite dewy setting spray. And that sums it up for complexion. Obviously a very heavy category. I have a few eye products and then a little bit more lip products. So the first set of eye products that I have are the Half Magic Sparkle Eye Sticks Eye Crayons. Now you guys were right. The best shades are the neutral shades, which would be the top 3 in swatches: Champagne Snowflake, Beige Mystique and Princess Teddy. These are beautiful. When we get into the more colorful shades, I just feel like they aren't quite as smooth looking on the eyelids, so just be warned, but they're still a very, very nice shadow stick formulation. They don't budge, they last all day, and they have beautiful glimmers incorporated in here. I mean, they are stunning, stunning. It's just, there are some shades that don't look quite as smooth as, say, the Laura Mercier would on the eyelid. But because of the shimmers in here, this does make this unique as an eyeshadow stick. And these do last a long time. So I do really, really, really like these a lot. Love the colors that they have in the range, and I do recommend these. But you guys know what a stan, what a diehard fan I am of the Laura Mercier. And they are not as good as Laura Mercier, but I will admit they do have better colors than Laura Mercier. I have a couple mascaras that I've been messing around with. The first one from Prada. Now, this is my favorite mascara that I've tried recently, and I know this isn't going to work for everybody's lashes. It has quite the unique wand where there's no bristles on one side at all. It's almost like a little hairbrush for the eyelashes. But one singular word about this mascara: volume. This gives my puny little lashes so much volume, and it does a great job at holding a curl as well. Unfortunately, it's a freaking Prada mascara, and I'm really, really enjoying this. I think it's fantastic for volume. The other mascara that I've been trying is the Makeup by Mario Master Mascara. I really like this one. It's great for length and separation. It's quite lightweight on the lashes as well. I do notice some flaking with this. It's not crazy. It's not intense. It's not like a black snow party all over my face, but there are black dots on my face when I wear that. So do be warned, but it's a very, very good mascara. It builds up nicely. I do like it otherwise. And then lips. This is the smallest lip category I've had in a long time because there's been so many lip products that have launched. My pink shade of this, the light shade of this, is in one of my purses. So if you want more details on this, you can check out my video. But Charlotte Tilbury launched the Lip Cheek Contour Duos. So it's interesting. One side is a sculpt shade. It's the darker shade. And then the other side is a lighter shade meant to fill in the lips. This is supposed to give that 90s, you know, like darker outline, lighter fill, really contoured kind of lips to make the lips look more plump and sculpted. I really love the colors of these. The light one included, I wore this weekend. It's a little bit more of a pinky duo. I love the lip duo aspect to this. This formula is just, it's not as long lasting. I do prefer the original Lip Cheat formula, which is a gel, so it sets down and doesn't budge. These really do fade away. There's pros and cons to that. You can touch up with this better, but I wish these colors existed in the gel formula, or that these were just gel, because I love that formula so much. It's just so much more long wearing, and I think, you know, with these being sculpted kind of shades, I just want them to last longer. That's my only issue, and it's not even that it's a bad formula. It's a good formula for being a cream lipstick, or lip liner, excuse me. But I do miss the old formula. Also, I feel like the two colors aren't contrasting enough. When I really do sculpt with one shade and fill with the other, I don't see too much of a difference, or as much as I would like, you know. But they're really great. I've been enjoying them, but they definitely don't last as long. Okay, next I have another, like, gosh, these like glowy lip balms. So this is from Province Beauty, which I love, love, love their moisturizer. So this is their plumping lip balm, the Soft Bisou. They have a couple different shades. I just decided to keep this light. It's very sheer pink. It's almost clear. It's decent. I would say still prefer the Summer Fridays. This does have a nice gloss to it, but I don't think it's as like hydrating. I don't think it does like the nourishing aspect quite as well as Summer Fridays. You guys know I freaking love my Summer Fridays. To me, it's just like the cure to all chapped lips in the winter. So this isn't as good as that. It's a bit of a thicker consistency, but it's nice. I don't mind it at all. There's just better. This is a product I've heard nobody talk about, but it's honestly stunning. This is from Thrive Cosmetics, and it's their matte lip tints. Now, I don't notice these actually leaving a tint behind, but these are so thin. They're matte. They're almost like a blurred kind of finish. You can see it's very, very sheer. This literally blurs the lips. As somebody who doesn't have lip filler, I have a lot of natural lines on the lips. This makes the lines disappear. I mean, this product is amazing. It's nourishing. It is that soft matte finish, which is very different than what's popular nowadays, but it really smooths over the lips. I love these for a little nice soft pop of color and to smooth my lips. I think that they are incredible. I actually should probably put these in this month's favorites. I'm gonna have to write that down because I've enjoyed those thoroughly. And then lastly, these have been in my drawer for a while because I really couldn't figure out what I thought of them, because some days I really liked them and some days I just thought they were crazy. These are the YSL Love Shine Plumping Lip Oils. So when I swatch these on my hands, I'm actually kind of allergic to them. They are painful and stain my hands, but on the lips it's fine. I don't have that same reaction. I do feel like this does slightly plump the lips, and they are nice and glossy, and I don't mind them. I don't really love the way that they smell. They smell like a classic lip plumper, but for some reason I'm not jiving with it in this formula. I don't think they're worth the money. Let me put it that way. There's a lot of really great plumping lip glosses on the market right now that are not the price point of this. These are like fine, but do they scream like YSL luxury quality? No. The packaging does, but the product does not. And they're not bad, don't get me wrong. They're not sticky, they're nice and glossy. Like, I like them, but I got all of those shades in PR, and maybe I would have bought one because I'm a makeup enthusiast and I appreciate those kind of things, but definitely not more than one. I don't think that they're worth it, for sure. And there we have it, you guys. Those are all the new products that I wanted to speed review for you guys. I've tested these long enough to 100% be able to be comfortable in giving you my opinion on them. So as always, I will have them linked in the description box down below. And if you've tried any of these products, let me know your thoughts about them down below. These are now getting transported to general population to grace my regular makeup collection. And there we have it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you aren't already, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys, have a good one.
It's delicious.